What happens when BMW strips away the base XM and leaves only the wildest, most powerful version behind? You get this, the 2026 XM Label. Let's take a first look at this electrified V8 beast that now carries the full weight of the XM legacy on its broad, sculpted shoulders. 2026 BMW XM Label first look, not to label things, but it's now the only XM. BMW's most controversial performance SUV just got even more exclusive, and a little less confusing. The 2026 BMW XM Label is now the sole variant of the XM nameplate, streamlining the lineup while sharpening its performance edge and refining its identity. Whether you're a fan of its bold styling or still grappling with the idea of a 6,000-pound hybrid M SUV, there's no denying that the XM Label is more focused, more powerful, and now, more than ever, the face of a bold new chapter for BMW M. One XM to rule them all. When the BMW XM launched in 2023, it arrived as a plug-in hybrid SUV with hefty power and a controversial design, slotting in as the first dedicated M vehicle since the iconic M1. Originally, BMW offered the XM in two configurations, the standard XM and the high-performance Label Red, which boasted 738 horsepower and distinctive red accents. But for 2026, BMW has consolidated the XM offering into a single, high-performance version now simply called the BMW XM Label. This move isn't just about cleaning up the branding, it also signals a more streamlined vision for the XM's future. The Label model adopts the full output of the previous Label Red, a monstrous 738 horsepower and 738 lb-ft of torque, courtesy of the pairing between BMW's 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 and an electric motor integrated into the 8-speed automatic transmission. That's enough muscle to rocket this nearly 3-ton SUV from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3.7 seconds, making it one of the fastest and most powerful BMWs ever built. Electrified M power. At the heart of the XM Label is BMW's M hybrid drive system, blending classic V8 thunder with electric sophistication. It's a plug-in hybrid system with an estimated 30-mile all-electric range, making it one of the rare ultra-high-performance SUVs you can quietly cruise around town in, assuming you're not mashing the throttle. The electric motor adds an instant punch of torque and helps bridge the gap between low-speed refinement and high-speed aggression. While the EV-only mode won't turn it into a Tesla beater in terms of efficiency, it gives the XM Label an added dimension that few other performance SUVs can match. Still polarizing, still proud. The design of the XM Label remains as audacious as ever. With its towering grille, exaggerated proportions, and sharp creases, the XM still looks like a concept car that somehow slipped past the boardroom. The Label treatment brings subtle refinements, swapping the red trim of the outgoing Label Red for black or body color accents depending on your configuration. You still get exclusive badging, bespoke wheel options, and a cabin filled with luxury materials and radical design elements, including BMW's M Lounge rear seating with ambient lighting and sculptural textures in the headliner. Inside, the XM Label is an M car through and through. There's carbon fiber, high-grade leather, and BMW's latest iDrive 8.5 infotainment system running on a curved digital display. While purists might bemoan the touchscreen-heavy interface and loss of analog controls, the tech is undeniably slick and responsive. And with a cabin this bold and comfortable, you'll forget you're driving what's technically a 738 horsepower luxury SUV. Performance meets purpose. Beyond the numbers, the XM Label still delivers an experience that splits the difference between Grand Tourer and high-riding muscle car. The suspension setup, featuring active roll stabilization and adaptive dampers, gives the XM a level of control that defies its size. It's not exactly nimble in the traditional sense, but the XM Label stays composed under pressure, and the hybrid powertrain masks its weight with relentless torque delivery. Despite its performance credentials, the XM Label isn't pretending to be a Nürburgring destroyer. It's aimed at a different kind of enthusiast, one who wants electrified M performance in a commanding, ultra-luxurious form factor. In that sense, it competes more directly with vehicles like the Lamborghini Urus PHEV, Aston Martin DBX 707, and Porsche Cayenne Turbo e-Hybrid than with traditional BMW M sedans or coupes. Final thoughts, a label worth keeping? With the 2026 XM label now standing alone as the singular expression of the XM vision, BMW is doubling down on what makes this vehicle unique. By focusing on just one model, they've simplified the lineup while retaining the performance and luxury that made the XM stand out in the first place. For those who weren't on board with the original XM, the label likely won't change your mind. But for fans of unapologetic power, hybrid innovation, and bold design, the XM label might just be the boldest, and most misunderstood, M car in the lineup. Certainly. Let's continue the deep dive into the 2026 BMW XM label, exploring more on the ownership experience, market context, and what it signals for BMW's performance future. Ownership experience, more than just speed. Owning the XM label isn't merely about sheer power, it's about presence. The XM label offers a bespoke, almost boutique-like experience, in line with other ultra-luxury SUV entries. BMW's M division has gone to great lengths to ensure this isn't just an M-badged X5 or a gussied-up hybrid. This is a standalone statement, one that comes with an expected six-figure price tag, starting north of $185,000 depending on options. That price positions it solidly in the ultra-premium space, but BMW isn't just selling horsepower. The XM label delivers on craftsmanship, customization, and exclusivity. Buyers can select from a range of BMW individual paint finishes, including bold matte tones and deep metallic hues. Inside, color schemes range from classic black and red to avant-garde tan-blue combinations, with unique headliner materials and carbon or glass interior trims. There's also a sense of bespoke indulgence rarely seen in M vehicles. Rear seat passengers enjoy lounge-style seating, heating and cooling, and one of the most sophisticated ambient lighting systems ever installed in a BMW. There's even a fragrance diffuser and crystal-look switchgear, pulling cues from the 7 Series and Rolls-Royce. Charging, range, and practicality. Being a plug-in hybrid, the XM label straddles the line between high-performance brute and eco-conscious cruiser. Its 30-mile electric-only range, estimated, pending EPA confirmation, isn't going to revolutionize daily commutes, but it's enough for short errands or quiet city driving. Charging from a level 2 outlet takes just over 3 hours, thanks to the onboard 7.4 kW charger. And despite its performance ambitions, the XM label is still a practical SUV. With 5 seats, unlike many of its two-row performance SUV rivals, and over 27 cubic feet of cargo space, it remains usable for weekend getaways, school runs, or simply being the fastest thing in the Whole Foods parking lot. Market context, the electrified arms race. The 2026 XM label enters a fast-evolving segment. With hybrid super SUVs like the Lamborghini Urus SE, Cayenne Turbo e-Hybrid, and Range Rover Sport SV PHEV stepping up their game, the competition isn't just about who's faster anymore, it's about who does performance electrification best. BMW has a unique angle here. Where others focus solely on raw speed or outrageous design, the XM label mixes brutality with brains. It's a plug-in hybrid that embraces daily usability while maintaining track-worthy specs. That makes it compelling to a certain buyer, especially one looking for performance without abandoning the idea of electric efficiency. Still, it's a polarizing machine. The design won't be everyone's cup of tea, and the idea of a plug-in hybrid M vehicle will stir debate among purists. But BMW isn't chasing purists with the XM label, they're chasing visionaries. What it means for BMW M. The XM label is more than just a product, it's a signal. As the first standalone M car since the M1, and the most powerful M product ever, the XM's evolution into a single, range-topping, label model marks a strategic pivot. BMW M is clearly willing to challenge expectations, blend luxury and electrification, and push the boundaries of what a performance vehicle can be. This move also foreshadows the future of M, electrified, exclusive, and unconcerned with traditional definitions. If the XM label succeeds, it could open the door for more daring M models, standalone coupes, GTs, or even high-performance EVs designed from scratch. And that's the big picture. The XM label isn't about checking boxes. It's about kicking them over, writing something new, and making sure everyone hears it coming. Bottom line. The 2026 BMW XM label is not a subtle vehicle. It's not quiet in design, not restrained in power, and not easy to categorize. But for those who want the bleeding edge of M performance with a nod to electrification and the luxury to match, the XM label may just be the most compellingly outrageous thing to ever wear the /////M badge. It's no longer a label read. It's just the label. And for BMW, that's a statement absolutely. Let's keep going and round out the coverage of the 2026 BMW XM label by exploring its technology suite, driver assistance features, sound experience, and final buyer considerations. These elements further cement its status as not just an end of intent. Fast SUV, but a modern flagship of BMW's hybrid performance ambitions. Tech suite, digital-first luxury. The XM label doesn't skimp on cutting-edge tech. At the core of the cabin experience is BMW's iDrive 8.5, running on a wide curved display that blends the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with a 14.9-inch central touchscreen. While it's sleek and packed with features, including voice commands via BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant, some traditionalists may miss tactile buttons. Still, with its quick processing, high-resolution graphics, and customizable home screens, iDrive 8.5 is a high-functioning command center for the modern driver. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, as is a head-up display with augmented reality navigation prompts. There's also 5G connectivity, OTA, over-the-air, updates, and BMW Digital Key Plus support, which allows you to unlock and start the car using your smartphone or smartwatch. In the rear, passengers are treated to optional tablet-style controls, integrated into the doors, which manage climate, seat settings, and ambient lighting. It's a tech-forward SUV that doesn't just entertain the driver, but immerses every occupant in a premium digital environment. Sound that roars, or whispers. Whether you're in electric mode or tapping into all 738 horses, the XM label is engineered to sound the part. BMW collaborated with film composer Hans Zimmer for its suite of electrified audio cues, unique soundscapes that accompany driving in EV mode, blending sci-fi tone with performance theater. But if that's not enough, the XM label is also available with a Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround sound system delivering up to 1,500 watts through 20-plus speakers. The acoustics are tailored to the sculpted cabin, making the interior a concert hall on wheels. And thanks to the quietude of the EV mode, you can actually appreciate your playlists without engine noise, until you put your foot down. Safety and semi-autonomous features. While performance takes center stage, the XM label doesn't skip on safety. BMW's Driving Assistance Professional package is available and includes adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keeping assistant with active steering, traffic jam assist for semi-autonomous driving in congested conditions, evasion assistant and emergency stop assist. Standard systems include blind spot detection, rear cross-traffic alert, and a full suite of parking cameras, including a 3D surround view with remote viewing via the BMW app. All of this helps the XM label feel like a technological powerhouse that's just as comfortable crawling through traffic as it is flying down the Autobahn. Who is the XM label for? BMW's decision to eliminate the base XM and retain only the label version shows a desire to focus on the top-tier buyer, someone who wants extreme power, aggressive design, luxury comfort, and electrified prestige. This is a vehicle for those who want to stand out, and don't care if that means drawing some controversy. Want flagship power and presence, but with a plug-in twist. Want more exclusivity than what a Cayenne or AMG GLE offers. Are ready for electrification, but not quite ready to go full EV. It's not an enthusiast's M car in the traditional sense. This isn't an M2 or M5 CS. It's a new breed, M for moguls, M for magnates, M for the ultramodern garage. Conclusion: the only XM you'll ever need, or get. With the 2026 XM label now standing alone, BMW has distilled the essence of the XM into a singular identity. No more model confusion, no more red variants, just one highly potent, highly exclusive SUV that defies categorization. It's fast. It's bold. It's electrified. It's extravagant. And it wears the M badge not just with pride, but with purpose. The 2026 XM label doesn't play by the old rules. It writes its own. Whether you love it or loathe it, you'll definitely notice it. If you're into power, luxury, and a little bit of automotive chaos, hit that like button, subscribe for more first looks, and let us know in the comments, is the XM label a bold move, or just bold marketing? Catch you in the next one.